There we go. It's been a hot minute.
I know, it's been one whole week and you've already forgotten how we do everything.
Dude, it's kind of like my thing if you didn't know.
No, I knew. Don't you worry.
This is a weird. I don't know if anyone else has had this thought. Welcome back to the side table, everyone. I have no idea what episode this is right now.
Me neither. It's like 31 or something.
31, right on.
Nope, it's 32.
Ooh, 32. Okay, so I've had this thought that I've like acknowledged recently. I don't know how else to put it, but like how hot the material of your like seating, like chair, couch, or whatever, like whatever the material is, like drastically controls like the temperature your body is. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, like the couch we have right now leaves you super warm.
Yeah. So does ours. And like Sarah's always like, why don't you ever sit on the couch with me? Blah blah blah. I'm like, yo, because naturally I'm like running like super hot right now, and this
It just
leather chair.
exacerbates the uncomfortableness.
Yeah, and I haven't got a new chair, like new computer chair yet.
Mm-hmm.
So the back of it, I've had this chair. It's been the same chair I've had since we've lived together.
Yeah, I think we all still have the same chairs.
The same chair, yeah. And the backing is completely gone, and I don't have any back support, so I have to throw a pillow behind me because I have, for the viewers who don't know, I have minor scoliosis in my back, my lower back. So I have a pillow that supports it, but the pillow is like this super, like fuzzy, plush, like the fuzzy blankets that are like super warm and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what this pillow is. And while you were getting your audio sorted out, I was like, God, I'm getting really hot just because of this one pillow. so I had to switch it out, and I'm like, that's a weird thing. Like that's a thing I've just like noticed ever since like just being on my own now, just how I purchase furniture and stuff and things like that.
Yeah, there's a lot more that goes into that, and like comfort ends up being a big factor that you don't necessarily think about initially.
Oh yeah, and that couch my parents have, that leather one, that one I think that's what I'm gonna have to go with, because Sarah and I both naturally run like really hot,
And that leather helps keep you a little bit cooler.
Yeah, so now I'm rocking this pillow I made in 8th grade. It has a walrus. It has a walrus on it, and it's made of very thin fabric. It has a weird stain on it, and
but it works.
That is what I'm using as a back support at the current time.
You'll just have to get like one of those mesh back chairs with a little bit of a lumbar support.
Yeah, like is that what those gaming chairs?
I would kind of avoid some of the gaming chairs.
Oh, really? They're not that great?
They don't seem to be. Like high-end office chairs that companies buy have an hour rating on them based on how long somebody could comfortably sit in them. And
oh, wow.
My understanding is the gaming chairs are usually only rated for an hour or two, where the office chairs are rated for 8.
That's really interesting. I'm going to have to look into that, because I mean, I don't need a new chair now. Like, I'm fine, but it would be a nice thing to have.
Yeah. That's where I'm at, too. I don't need one, but I'm looking.
Right. I remember talking to Abe a couple months ago when I was playing Dark Souls with him, and we were just talking about chairs like we are now. And I was just on my phone because he was stuck on a boss. So I was on my phone, and I was looking at chairs, and there's this one chair on Amazon. It's like this like super fancy, I guess it would be a gaming chair, where you can lie complete 180 on it. It has a footrest, reclining back. Oh yeah, cup holder. It looked like it was like a captain's ship on a starship or something.
That's just ridiculous.
Captain's chair on a starship. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, it was. It's nuts. But it was like $250 or $300.
That seems to be about the price you pay for a decent one. Um, I was looking at it's the used price. It's about $250, but Steelcase makes a chair called the Leap, and they are apparently incredibly comfortable. It's something I think I'd rather find somewhere so I could sit in it first before spending that much. But
Right. What's it called? The Leap? I'm
Yeah.
at my desktop right now while we record this, so I can
oh,
be fancy.
fancy! Yeah, it's the Steelcase Leap.
Steelcase Leap.
Yeah, there's a version 1 and a version 2. The version 1's about the 250 used.
V1. Oh, dang. These look legit. What are the 7 major differences? Ooh, there are wow, there's quite a few differences between both versions. Look how far it leans back. Oh my gosh. Look at that cushion.
And it's got it has so many adjustable features on it, so you
The
can actually get that
armrest.
good support. And I think on this one the arm rests can swing down or come off. I can't remember for sure if they do.
Oh, they do all sorts of funky, crazy Transformer stuff. I'm watching a little a GIF
Thing
of
on
them
it.
right now.
Because that's the other thing I don't like about my chair is I can't remove
Adjust.
or adjust the armrests,
Yep.
and that's pretty important just for being
I
comfortable.
I think it's in my case, I think it's super important because I have now my keyboard come out on the
The slide out under the desk.
slide out, which I really, really enjoy, but due to not being able to adjust these arms, whenever, for example, when we're playing Elder Scrolls, it's just super uncomfortable. My wrist is kind of dangling in empty space.
Right, and you need something to kind of support that so you don't end up with,
Yeah.
fatigue and, whatchamacallit
Yeah.
in your fingers.
I know, I gotta be a gamer, man. And
Exactly.
I have to, and I like to lounge when I game, so I have to jam the slide out, whatever platform thing, all the way to the armrest, and sit up straight. I don't want to fucking sit up straight. I'm telling you, straight up, I don't want to. And yeah, I mean, this is all right, but whatever. But if I want to swivel around, I hit things.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I got cats tore it up. It's cracking. It's
Yeah,
a hot mess for a chair.
Yeah. Mine's not quite that terrible, but I've replaced the butt cushion already once and it's flat again, and it's this is just uncomfortable.
Oh god, I guess mine is kind of like that too. I mean, there's some cushion on the side, but
Not enough.
yeah, that's for sure. Outside of that, how have you been, Joshua?
Yeah, I've been all right. I haven't really been up
Outside
to
of-
much.
Outside of office chairs.
No,
Oh,
that's my entire life. I research office chairs every night for fun.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, no, not much has been going on. You've been on vacation this last little bit. I've just, been here going to work, running a few errands. I finally got a second key cut for my car. I finally got my
Heck yeah.
hair cut. I was able to go into the optometrist as well, and so I ordered a new pair of glasses and then prescription sunglasses as well. So those should be here next weekish.
Oh hell yeah! Prescription sunglasses are the shit. They are so nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. And they only
I
ended
had-
up costing me $90, so
Yo, that's not bad.
no.
I was thankful that I was on my parents' insurance at the time, and I could double up on my eye insurance as well. So I was able to get new glasses and prescription sunglasses. That's how I ended up getting
That's
Getting my-
essentially what I did too.
my 6 shades.
Yeah, I bought into eye insurance through my work, and so I used that for the sunglasses, and then Ashley's for the appointment, and then my usual glasses.
Heck yeah! I wish I had insurance.
Isn't? Yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
I before I mention something on that real quick, I do want to mention that and I'll mention this real quick. We got in the mail I don't know when it was. It was this individual who's from Ann Arbor, and he's running for Congress, but he's our age, and he took a year off of school because he was really fed up with how everything is being ran in this country.
Basically, the state of the world.
Yeah, so on his little like flyer thing, he basically has like all the key points that like I support. So I'm like, I might actually vote for you. I don't even remember his name. It's Solomon, something Solomon.
Okay.
But he mentioned, and I guess I didn't realize it until I saw it in writing, that we're the only first world, developed country that does not offer free healthcare for its citizens.
And I'd like to make a point very clear. We don't mean free as in free. We mean free as in covered by the taxes.
Taxes, yeah.
But yes.
Which is, essentially how like Social Security is, ran, is how it just gets taken out. We have no control over it whatsoever. And I don't know. It was just, I was like, really? Wow, I guess now that I see that in writing and I'm reading it out loud and I'm commenting on it, I'm really sad now.
It's a very, very sad state of affairs.
And the cost of it to pay and to get it is ridiculous.
Oh, it's astronomical.
But going back to the sunglasses real quick.
Yeah.
You probably won't have this issue, but I have this issue all the time, is I'll be wearing them, and since they're prescription based, I will realize like halfway through like walking around a store, like halfway through dinner, that I still have them on.
But now you're trapped.
Yeah.
And so now you're the douchebag walking around with sunglasses inside.
Yep.
But you got to be like, no, they're prescription. I swear, I just left my other ones in the car.
The amount of times I've said that to people, no, it's prescription. Like, trust me, I didn't. Or I'll be like, Sarah, are my sunglasses still on? Yeah. Oh, fuck. And it's really funny. But yeah, you either have to follow through or just, be a jackass and take them off and be like, oh, God, oh, no.
I can't see. I thought about getting, like, the transition ones, but in my experience, they don't change quick enough.
Yep.
And
I never liked those.
And then you get weird situations where if there's, like, a UV filter on a window of a car or something, they don't dim, which doesn't help you. So I was like, screw it, we'll just get a dedicated pair and roll with that.
What kind did you get? You get like aviators or?
Yeah, I got an aviator looking one. I think they were.
You're gonna look cool as hell in those.
I think they were like a gray frame and like a brownish lens.
You're gonna look like Goose from Top Gun.
That's right. I'm gonna be that cool.
You're gonna be cool as hell, and I'll be like, and I'll be your hippie friend.
Yes.
What was I gonna say? I had something else going off glasses. I forgot. Have you been playing any games, Joshy boy?
Not really. I've been logging into Elder Scrolls just to do a couple things. Aside from that, I haven't been playing games. It's just I don't know.
Have you? I'm having that issue too of like committing to games, that aren't. Like MMOs, I guess you can just like, the reason why I like playing Elder Scrolls is there's like no commitment really.
Right, you just kind of turn it on, play it, and turn it off until the next time you want to.
But have you beaten oh god, what is it called? I'm like losing words right now. Greymoor. Have you beaten the story?
Yeah, I did play through the story of Greymoor on one of my characters.
Pretty good?
It's solid. I'll reserve too much of my opinion for you to actually play through it.
Gotcha. I am still stuck on I believe it's the final boss in Elsewhere. I wanted to see if I could beat it myself, but I don't think I'm high enough level. I also want to respec. I have a build I want to do, It is a. I pinned it actually. It's a vampire bloodlust build.
Yeah, I would respec. 'Cause that's like half the fun. Is just being able to play around with the different skills
and do stuff. Yeah, I think I just got a respec item.
Yeah, once you hit like level 48, you get one.
Yeah, I think I'm like past 40, maybe. I think I might be like 44, but I might be jumping the gun on that.
I ended up respecking my warden that I was playing through with you. Respected it as kind of like a frost mage tank. It's pretty cool.
Ooh, that sounds pretty cool. I'm gonna be right back.
You got it.
Someone forgot I was recording and is blaring YouTube videos from.
Oh, that's cool. I couldn't hear it.
Okay, good. I always get paranoid with that. Like when Ashley and I are playing Loop, I get when when you're like doing something that you're not totally used to, and you get you get a little embarrassed about it,
A little self-conscious.
Yeah, so like Ashley and I are like acting a lot, which is obviously out of both our comfort zone. And so I've been trying voices, and when I do certain voices, I get really hot.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets really hot in this apartment. So I try not to have the air conditioning on while we're playing, but I'll turn it on, and it's like it's this huge vent. It's like one of those vents like in the movies that you would unscrew to crawl through to escape from a terrorist or whatever, like
You can go all Die Hard and be in the vents.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it looks like. And it is so loud. And I always get really paranoid, but she's like, no, I can't hear it or whatever. And so I guess just like the insulation or however I'm set up is a lot better than I think it is.
That and the rejection of the cardioid pattern of your microphone will generally rejects noise that's not, coming from your spot. And then your body blocks anything usually that's behind you.
It's fascinating. That really is.
It's kind of cool.
It is. It really is. That and what was the other? Oh, there was some science thing I read the other day that was really interesting. Keep talking. We'll keep talking. It might come back. Oh,
okay.
What was it? I don't remember what it was. It was a science related thing that like really like blew my mind.
I can understand though, coming back to the like microphone pattern, why people would become like an audio engineer, because I've just been, reading and watching stuff on it recently, and there's just a lot of cool things that go into, your different dynamic and condenser microphones.
Yeah.
And then the different interfaces you can use with preamps and live mixing boards, or, doing it after the fact digitally. It's just kind of a cool space.
I never took the class, but I was always in various projects for friends. But the audio class at Ferris for the TDMP major was, from what I saw, very fun. It was you got to learn about like all the directional mics, throughout all the other classes we learned about the different directions that mics can, all the audio and all that shit. But no, it was really fun being in like a sound booth and like learning all that stuff, and then having to like act as like a voice actor or something. And it was really neat. I think my favorite one, now that I'm reminiscing pretty hard right now, I still have it. I believe I do actually. Is my friend Jake. He wanted us to. He wrote this script for a robbery that was happening, and Batman comes in and saves the day. And so, I think back in the day I had a pretty good Batman voice because I was Batman.
And by Batman we mean Christian Bale Batman.
Yeah, Christian Bale, like, I'm Batman. That Batman. And I remember the script just being really funny because I got in the booth, like I was recording for a character, and it was a really funny bit about I don't remember the whole concept of it, but it was just really neat that he made like basically a radio play out of it, which is like a whole unexplored medium until now with all the podcasts and
Yeah,
that
anything
that come
radio
out.
playish just kind of went by the wayside. Probably even before the 90s,
Yeah, way before I would say.
and at least the people we're familiar with, there's this huge resurgence in the form of podcasts, which are
It's
basically doing the same thing.
It's incredible how they how they just put that together and do it.
Well, and it's also pretty neat because now anybody could conceivably pick up like a $50 microphone and have something that's pretty decent.
Right? That's what I like about how readily available technology is right now. People
Yeah,
can create things like that if they commit to it.
exactly. It really opens that accessibility instead of having, a full-blown radio studio.
Gonna drink a little bit more of my smoothie real quick.
Ooh, I'm tempted to make a smoothie. It's warm today, and
It is.
smoothies are always good for a warm day.
It is god awful. I told you about this blender I got, yeah?
No.
I
Or
haven't.
wait, is this the one that barely works?
Yeah. it's
Okay, then
complete
yes.
ass.
You've told me about it then.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, I really like smoothies, and whenever Josh and I would game, he'd be like, "Hold on, I have to go make a smoothie real quick," and I would, call him a son of a bitch because I wanted a smoothie. And so Sarah and I finally got a smoothie maker. It was one of the cheaper ones, and it does not blend anything. You have to blend things in really tiny layers, and I whipped it out on Monday. No, not on Monday. Thursday. Because I went on my bike ride. And I'm like, I'll have a smoothie because I don't want to like eat oatmeal and get like really hot. And then, bike ride, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It just didn't sit well. And I made a really good berry smoothie. Like I put in like the berries, frozen berries, Greek yogurt, protein powder, and then some like oat milk. And it turned out really well. This smoothie though takes at least 5 to 10 minutes to make because the blending does not work on it. I have to like blend it for a little bit, shake it, blend it again, stir it, maybe shake it, blend it again. Oh, it's awful.
And
it's
by
awful.
that time, you could have like driven to McDonald's and bought a smoothie and been back.
Yeah, I could have walked to McDonald's and I had a smoothie. I know it's awful, but I do want to brag real quick because I brought up my bike thing. So I thankfully live in a big enough city where I can bike almost everywhere, especially to work. And that's an easy thing to say, like, oh, I can bike to work, but it's another thing doing it.
Especially in heat like this.
Yeah, in heat like this, and in a massive city you barely know. So I was very anxious and worried about doing it. But on Thursday, I biked to work. Even though I had Thursday off, I just wanted to know the route,
No, that's smart.
Biked to work and then biked back. And it was like 18 miles, and I did it. I biked through downtown Ann Arbor. Biked on the road I believe it's South Maple Road, which eventually, when you come down and visit Joshua, it is a bitch of a road. It is so busy. And I was biking in traffic, and I did it. I did it all by myself, and
Nice.
I was super proud, and I also did it from memory.
Oh, even better.
I know I didn't have to
Pull out the maps and be like, oh
nope.
gosh.
I kind of just was like, okay, if I go, like north this way, I'm gonna reach this spot. If I turn right eventually, I'm gonna reach this road, and it worked. And I was like, holy fuck, I did
Nailed
it. Yeah, so I won't have to take public transportation. That was my big thing. I don't want to take public transportation until
Right
like
now.
there. Yeah. But no, I did it. I wish I had a bike that was kind of built for pavement and cement, because all the the basic bikes are kind of built for
Mountain biking.
Yeah, almost, which is weird why that's like the default
I
that
don't
people
know.
and I don't know why that is, but yeah, no, I did it, and I was very excited.
Well,
It
that
was
can be like a fun thing to like get in the future though. Is like pick out a nice fun road bike.
right, and kind of customize it and stuff.
Right, bikes are kind of cool in that way, where you can customize a lot of it, and you can, upgrade your brake pads and rotors, and you can get lighter weight frames and different gearings.
Yep, and uh, they just look cool too, and it's good for you. You don't
Right.
have to. That was the other thing was. Since it's about like a 45-minute to an hour bike ride, depending on how much pain I'm in during it,
Mm-hmm.
that's like twice in a day, so it's like almost 2 hours of like physical activity. So I
Right.
don't have to necessarily wake up early all the time to work out. I'm already doing it, on my
Kind
commute,
of. Yep. Kind of built into that.
and that was kind of like another big plus as to why I was doing it.
Right. On the bicycling thing. So I don't know if you know, but my dad's big into biking.
Oh yeah.
Just because he's swapped over from running as he's gotten older, and they're kind of expensive, but they look cool. He has this trainer that you attach in place of the rear wheel through a company called Zwift, Zwift.
That sounds familiar.
Yep. And you also get like I think it's like a $15 a month subscription to the service, but it's basically you sit it down in front of a TV or in VR, and you get to bike certain maps or certain trails with other people that are also on their
Oh,
trainer, and then based on elevation or if you're streamlining behind somebody else, it'll change the difficulty of your pedaling to kind of match, the terrain you're on.
uh-huh.
And it just looks really cool, but like these trainer things that you slap on the back end start at like $500, so they're expensive.
Oh snap! I'm looking at the site right now, and it looks like you're like in a Tron.
Yeah,
Oh, this looks cool. This looks so cool?
it does look pretty cool. No, I had called him. Tomorrow's actually his birthday. I'll have to call him again. But I called him on Father's Day, and he was like using it at the time, and so that was obviously a point of discussion.
Uh huh.
I was like,
well,
yeah, that does sound kind of cool.
tell him happy birthday for me.
I will.
It looks the video they're showing on their site looks so cool. No, because that would be really awesome to have, because I was thinking about once the weather gets to where I can't bike anymore, like how do I maintain my fitness
Right. Yeah.
to keep that up? I'm like, do I get like a gym membership just to use like their cycling machine, or
Right.
because I don't want to you don't want to lose that endurance.
No, you don't.
And I don't know. Oh,
So yeah,
but
that's
I
like
obviously-
something you could do, but they're a little pricier. But on the plus side, you don't have to go anywhere.
Man, that would be awesome. What's not awesome is either today or tomorrow I have to scrape more bird shit off my balcony.
You know what you need to get? Just one of those
gun.
I mean, okay.
Okay. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say a pressure washer.
Oh yeah, me too. like a gun nozzle for my pressure water. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, you
that's
can get
right.
like those little $80 electric pressure washers. And you just plug it into an outlet. Although you don't really have a hose up there. I bet you could plug it into the sink.
Like it's like going through the whole apartment. Sarah
just
Sarah
up
trips. Yeah, Sarah trips over it. Oh, he's washing bird shit again.
It just like hoses like going up all of the stairs of the apartment complex through the halls. What's going on in there?
God, people. Oh, he's doing it again. He's pressure washing. I did though. When we got back from the UP, I stepped out on the patio, to, balcony, because it's like the only space in the whole apartment that's mine. And I noticed on the railing, like right on the corner near like the wall where the railing meets like the brick wall, was just this pile of bird shit. Just a pile of it. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? Why is this one spot right here
Just the favorite spot.
just covered in bird shit? And a couple days go by, and I'm chilling out on the balcony again. And I got, for the UP, I got one of those chairs that basically sit on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just kind of sitting there, legs spread out, and it just sounded like there were birds hovering, like flying right above my head, like directly above it. So you're just kind of, you're freaking out a little bit. I'm like, why is this happening? So I stand up, and I'm trying to follow the sound of the birds. And if you look straight up from that pile of bird shit, there's a hole in our roofing. And you can see, I saw a bird nest, and I saw 2 or 3 hatchlings that were being fed by their mom. And I'm like, oh, that would make sense why there's a ton of bird shit.
Yep.
And then the other day, like Thursday or Friday, this was incredible. It was so incredible. I went in and woke Sarah up to tell her.
She was probably like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah. She didn't get it, but I thought it was pretty magical. I'm sitting down, and something almost hits me in the head. Okay, like I can feel it. Like it almost, like when you know when something like goes right by your head, and you can like
You
almost
feel the movement in the air.
Yeah, the air. And then I look over, and I see like this practically like half naked, not naked, featherless bird thing fly by. And I look up, and on the rooftop, all the adolescent birds are learning to fly for the first time. Oh. And they're jumping off and flying. I'm watching this. Like I'm watching all like 3 or 4. I'm like, oh my God, this is a moment. I'm watching like the magic of life happening. And I watched it all, and I just kind of took it in. I'm like, I have to share this. And so I ran in, woke Sarah up. Sarah, I just saw some birds fly for the first time. And she's like, oh, what are you doing? And I'm like, okay, she doesn't get it. I'll leave.
It's like, Patrick, birds fly every day. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, she doesn't feel it. And so I just went back outside and just admired the beauty that is life. But it was incredible to watch, just like these ugly looking young birds flying and eating, and it was nuts. So then it led to me researching what birds they are. So bird update. They are a rose-breasted grosbeak or grosbeak.
I think grosbeak.
The male is a white and black bird, usually white-chested with like a red spot on it, and like the rest, this like top half is black, and he has a white beak. And the female is this very patchy but cool, like brown bird that almost looks like her markings are like war paint almost. And male is very distinct, no lookalikes. They both sing. They have rich robin-like songs. Their beak refers to their large bill that's used to crush seeds. And the males become very territorial when the females arrive, hence why none other birds but them have been visiting
your bird feeder.
Bird feeder. Yep. So yeah, that was the bird update for today. I've yet to name them, so... But it's kind of interesting. The males themselves are like, aggressive, not aggressive, territorial. But I think they just kind of hover and watch and keep watch versus actively guarding. Because I really haven't seen the male...
like go after any other birds.
Yeah, no, I've just like kind of seen him hovering around and like kind of flying in the trees across from the parking lot near
Hmm.
the golf course.
Yeah.
It's mostly been the like the female that I see visiting the balcony. But yeah, no, that's the bird update. It's pretty fascinating.
It's like straight out of like a Discovery episode or a
Oh yeah,
Nature
oh yeah, that's what I aim for. I aim to
Nature
be the
quality content.
yes, I aim to be the bird guy.
You just have to speak in a British accent.
I can only do a really awful Cockney British accent. I try.
That's better than anything I could probably pull off for a British accent.
Oh well, thank you. I have this one voice I've been working on. I'm not going to reveal it because it's
A work in progress.
it's not a work in progress anymore. I think I've nailed it.
Okay.
But it's supposed to happen as part of a quest in the Tales from the Loop.
Ooh.
And I'm really proud of the voice. It's one of the 5 that I can do. Sarah, you look like a Who from Whoville right now.
Does she have her hair in a ponytail straight up?
It's in a bun right on the top of her head. But yeah, it's a voice that's really good, and I think I nailed it. But you'll have to wait and see.
All right. All right.
But I also just got a text from Abe, and he mentioned The Last of Us Part 2 was very good so far. So that brings me to The Last of Us Part 2. What are you doing? Sarah, I'm recording right now. Okay.
You can keep talking.
No, I'm not. This is awkward.
She sounds like she's right next to the microphone.
She was literally on top of me.
Oh my god.
But
Dude, you called her out.
The Last of Us Part 2 came out the day I was leaving for the UP, so I didn't get to play it until the Saturday I got back. So what I did was, because I didn't want to watch I really wanted to play through the first one again, but I also didn't want to, allocate that time. So what I did while I was up there was I watched an individual. He put together. It's actually incredible. He put together this video of all the cutscenes together, but laced in with like the gameplay segments that kind of are in between everything.
Just to keep the story, all intact and flowing.
Yeah, so it's all the NPC dialogue. It's everything together in like this one epic, like 6 some hour movie. Mm-hmm. And I watched it all, and I got very excited. I was also very excited, in general. And then I played the second one, and I have to say, and I'm not just saying this just 'cause I know that's hard to believe coming from me, but I am saying this. It is probably the best game I've ever played.
Oh, dang.
It is incredible. It's incredible from a technical standpoint. It's incredible from a story standpoint. It's incredible from a gameplay standpoint. From a design, it's incredible. All the minute details that were put into it, that were thought into it, the story, how it just subverted everything. It's incredible. It is so good. And I don't think I ever told you this, but the first Last of Us, when I played it, I knew it was the best game I've ever played, just because it was so well done. But it wasn't my favorite, because Mass Effect 2 and Pokemon Gold, those are
right.
But I played this game, and I'm just so blown away by it. It's incredible. Because when I was dabbling with coding at the beginning of the quarantine, I was able to like kind of look at games from that standpoint of like a programmer, and all the things like, you know, making the code, for example, for a brick that you can throw, has all these actions. Like you can throw the brick and it might break into these pieces, or you can throw the brick to knock someone out. You could throw a brick to alert someone. You can throw a brick to break glass to
I
get
forgot
items.
brick throwing was a thing in that game.
Oh yeah, and like there was, you know, when you're like playing a game and you stumble upon something and you're like, oh, I wonder if I could do this.
Right.
If
If you
could
can make this interaction in this world and have it behave like the real world.
And every time I've thought that and tried it in the game, it's happened. Like there was, first off, how it starts is like, whoa. And it's just, how it starts is just, it stabs you. It just fucks you up. And but you eventually get to this like big open area. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm being very vague. And it was this open area is a very controlled, specific, like open world almost, where you don't have to do all this stuff like exploring in that.
Mm-hmm.
You can if you want to, but I stumbled upon, like, there's this bakery you can go into, and I also want it known I am playing on the hardest difficulty.
Not a surprise to anyone.
And so I'm looking for like food, you know, to heal me. And I'm in this bakery, and you know the bakery displays, the big glass ones that have like that they hold their pastries in and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, you know, I wonder if I like. So I'm like walking by, I have my brick in my hand. I wonder if I bash this with my brick, if there will be food in there. And I bash it, the thing shatters, and there's a granola bar. Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and so like there's just been a ton of things like that have happened. And it's just incredible. Like, I don't know like how they did it. I don't know how they made the game like this. Like, it's so detailed. It's so, I just don't know how. It amazes me how games are made. It's incredible. And this one has so many factors and things that go into it that I don't know. I just don't have words for it. It's incredible. Side note though, the game rewards you for exploring every location. So I wanted to just throw that in there because I have a problem with wanting
Exploring
to
every location.
everything. They give you a trophy for it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I know. So I thought that was pretty neat. And then they also have a lot of these like visual cues through dialogue that you've explored everything, so you don't have to keep exploring. So if you've gotten all the items or all the secrets in an area, the main character will say, well, I think that's it, or whatever, and then they'll pull out their map and then cross it off the location. So you know
That's
not
really
to.
nice, too.
It's there's so many nice features in the game. Like, it's so user friendly. It's
Well, that's
Oh,
the kind of thing they could have like buried in a menu as like a checklist of like, oh, yep, you got everything here. But
Right?
instead they included it in a natural
natural
way.
sense. Yeah, and everything is everything's like that in the game. And I just don't know how. Like, I'm playing it and I'm, you know, wowed by what's going on, but I'm also just amazed again, like how it was made, like how games like these games are made. And the last chunk of it, you know, like the final touches, all were done remotely because of the pandemic. And and they did it all remotely, and they still were able to do all, it's amazing. Like, I don't know how, and it just blows my mind. But I haven't. But going off that, the game itself is like incredibly heavy. It's very heavy, in a thematic sense, to the point where there have been days like after work or like last night where I'm just like, I don't
have
to-
the
I have-
emotional fortitude to play this.
I have to prep myself because it's intense. There are like playing on, like if you play The Last of Us and like you feel confident in games, you know, as a gamer or whatever, like you've had experience with shooters and stuff or survival games, I would recommend playing it on Survivor because you actually, you know, are put in that mindset of how you should be if you were in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Where you have to go through every building to find all these items to actually be able to craft something. Like I'm happy when I'm able to craft an extra health kit and I have 2 shots for my rifle. You know, like how they did item distribution and how you come across certain, you know, how they reward you. It's incredible. Like it's so well done. Like there was this one part where I'm in this gas station and I'm immediately swarmed by like 6 of these individuals that you're tracking, and I think I was stuck on it for 2 hours, and then I called it, you know, quits for the night. And then I didn't play it the next day, then returned the following, and I beat it. And like that satisfaction that you got for beating it, like at that level and like without looking stuff up and, you know, and having like planning how to use your items and stuff. Like the feeling's incredible. Like you can't, like, I don't think any other game outside of like the first couple Resident Evils were able to really give me that feeling of satisfaction of actually having to use my skill and like resource management
And just kind of struggle through it and plan.
and plan it. And it's incredible. It's so good. I would, if you're a fan of the game, I highly recommend playing it if you have a PS4. I just like, I wish I had a PS4 Pro and a 4K TV because I bet this game is just mind-blowingly gorgeous on it, because it is gorgeous itself just in 1080p. I've yet to see textures pop in. I've yet to see any screen tearing. I've yet to see any like glitches of like characters through objects. Like it's so polished,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it was so polished because it's one, like they were polishing it during a pandemic. 2, it's a AAA title with like this level of polish and like care and attention to detail. It just blows my mind. But what were you saying?
I was just gonna say, like any AAA title that comes out now, they always seem to be just riddled with bugs and those graphical discrepancies. Especially this early in the life of the game, where they'll be like, we'll patch it in a couple months.
Right, yeah, or they do like the day one patch where you have to download, you know, 5 gigs of files to fix.
That should have just been, you know, fixed and done on release day.
Yeah, and it also, it'll be, I don't know if, I'm trying to like figure out a way to relate it to you, like the feeling I felt playing it for the first time too, because this was also a franchise that started where I was like old enough to, you know, remember it. So like I essentially am growing up with it. Like it came out, when did it come out? Like 2012, 2013 or something.
Somewhere in there, 2011 to 2013.
And like a second one wasn't planned, so you're just playing this amazing game for the first time and you're just, you know, left with like all these feelings, and you know, and then like the second one gets announced like a couple years later, but you don't hear anything about it, you know, you don't watch anything about it, and then you just it was just, the game was just like, just had such an impact on me because at the time Dylan and I were both working at Recycle and we both played it at the same time, so we would like talk about it and like, you know, have theories about it and stuff, and then being able to finally like have this thing that you didn't realize was actually going to happen, you know, I don't know if that makes sense.
A little bit, yeah. Just having, you know, this unexpected continuation.
Yeah, and I, for anyone who is listening, I don't watch trailers and I don't like spoilers because I just like to enjoy what's happening. And I didn't watch. Oh, that was another thing. So, scratch that. When the first gameplay was announced for the game, I watched it, and it was like this 10-minute video of just, you know, the title character running around, killing people, and it looked pretty dope. But I don't even think that what I saw in the trailer is going to actually be in the game. And I say that because I remember watching a brief story trailer for the game. It was like a minute long, and it was about 3 years ago that I watched it. And how they laid out the trailer, you know, you're like, okay, so this is going to be the plot of the game. Mm-hmm. And then I played the first 4 hours of the game, and they fucking shanghaied you. Naughty Dog just straight up lied in the trailers. Like, they straight up. And I just was sitting there like, the balls, the gall they had. Like, I mean, because you think you have a AAA studio that you think would be tied up by some corporate, you know, overlord, come in and like completely subvert expectations and what you think's going to happen. I've never experienced that in my fucking life before, and it just blew me away. Sorry, I cut you off.
Oh no, I didn't have anything.
I was just like, what? And because there's this part where you're like, okay, it's not going to go this way because you know when you like see something in a trailer and you're like watching the movie or playing the game, you know, you like, okay, the game's not over yet because there's going to be this part that's coming up.
Yeah.
There's going to be something that's happening. I'm like, okay, so this isn't going to happen because, you know, I saw it in this trailer. So, you know, the trailer would never lie to me. So, you know, this can happen. And then like the thing that I didn't want to happen happened. And I'm sitting there. I was actually like shaking a little bit because it got really intense. And I just felt like this just awful emptiness and like pit in my stomach. Like, oh my God, do I actually know anything about this? What's going to happen? Like, I was just totally misled. It was incredible. Like, and it's going to be so hard for another game to pull something off like that for me. Like, it was such a moment like that you can't like
try to remanufacture.
Yeah, and it was incredible. Oh my God. The game is amazing.
So would you say you recommend it maybe? Just a little bit?
I would highly recommend this game. I would highly recommend that you either watch that man's giant 6-hour movie plus the DLC movie as well. So it's like about 7 hours. I would highly recommend either watching that first of the first Last of Us, or playing the first game first before watching the second one. I mean, playing the second one. And I know people usually say that, you know, you have to watch the first one to blah, blah, blah. But you honestly, I think in my opinion, you have to before you see or do anything with the second one. It's just that
pivotal to the story.
It's that pivotal because it's like this. I feel like the game. You know, when you watch a series and it makes sense when you look at the series as a whole instead of season by season.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you have to look at The Last of Us as one whole story, like both games together,
instead of two separate
separate
games.
separate things, because you won't get the same
Impact.
you won't nowhere near as close. It's in it's just I can't believe one, I'm playing this game, that was being delayed for so long, and how many years have actually passed between the two. Like, that's also mind blowing. That's just incredible. But I also have a second recommendation before we end. I highly recommend Eurovision. The
Is that any
story.
good?
It is actually very good. I really enjoyed it. It's a very wholesome movie. It's very deep for what you think it might be. And the two characters, if this gets you to watch it, Joshua, this, if anything, should get you to watch it, is the two characters. Just picture Sarah and I trying to win a song contest. And
I would pay money to watch that.
And that's kind of that is almost exactly why that movie made it to another level of pretty entertaining.
I might have to watch it.
I think it's really good, and the music is very good as well. We've been listening to it on loop through Spotify.
Nice. Do you want to close with a 20 questions game?
Oh, hell yeah. Also, Foxy Shazam might be coming out with a new album, so I'm pretty stoked about that. They've been dropping new singles. I just want that known. So yeah, sorry. I'm just looking at it on my Spotify right now, but sorry, Joshua. I got excited.
No, that's fine. 20 questions. I did watch a TV series this past week, though.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Can I just straight up guess what I think it is real quick?
You can, but I think you'll be wrong.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Did you watch True Detective?
No.
Fuck. Okay. That was my first question. Second question. Is it an HBO show?
It is not.
Is it a show I've recommended?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, okay. Is it on Netflix?
No.
Is it an anime?
It is.
Oh, man. Did you watch Attack on Titan?
No, I've already seen what they have out.
All of it?
I think so. They only have 3 seasons out.
I guess so. It's an anime. Is this anime pretty recent?
No.
Are you keeping track of how many questions I've been asking?
I have. That was 7.
Okay, cool. So it's an anime. It's not on Netflix. And you already watched the one I recommended.
For the second time, apparently.
Yeah, that was
so
funny.
Trippy.
That was funny. Your updates through that, I'm pretty sure I've watched this. I don't think I've seen. Oh nope, I think I've watched all of this.
So Patrick recommended From the New World as an anime in one of the previous episodes, and so I was watching it, and I'm watching through the first episode, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I've seen parts of this before, but I don't remember really what happened. So I'll continue watching, and I'll eventually reach that point where I'm like, okay, I haven't seen this yet. This is all new. And so I get a few episodes in, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this seems new. And then I get a couple more episodes in, and I'm like, nope, I definitely remember this happening. And all the while, it's just this deja vu feeling of, this is so familiar, but I cannot tell you what's going to happen in the next 10 seconds of the show.
Oh God, how tripped out were you?
It was such a weird feeling. And so I basically spent the entire, 25 episodes watching it like this, right up to the end. And it wasn't until the final episode where I'm like, yeah, I've watched this whole thing before. But again, I literally cannot tell you what's going to happen in the final 5 minutes of this.
Oh my God. So does that mean did you watch it with me?
I don't know if I watched it with you. Or yeah, I have no recollection.
Because I know we started it together, and then I ended up, I believe, watching it by myself, and I didn't think you ended up watching it any further outside of what we saw together.
Yeah,
So
no.
that's why I was like, oh, so when did you watch this? That was my
Yeah, I have no idea when I finished watching it, if it was around the same time or later, but yeah, that was a trip. Anyway,
awesome.
you are 7 questions into your guess.
Did I already ask if I've seen this anime?
You did not, and I do not think you have.
Oh, poop. Okay. Fuck. Is it an anime with a lot of action?
Yes.
Is the time period medieval?
No.
Oh, damn it. Okay,
That's
there goes
10.
that one guess. So is it modern? The setting, like modern as in like times like now?
You mean is it like set in current time?
I guess so, yeah.
I don't think so.
So it's more future. Huh. It's not sci-fi, is it?
It's a little sci-fi.
Okay, that's interesting. It's not like your alley. That's like what, 11 questions?
That's 12.
No, I can be 11. Okay. And I haven't seen it,
I don't think so, no.
and it has a lot of action. It's not Tokyo Ghoul, and that's like almost Shogun-y.
Mm-hmm. And you did decide it was not a recent one.
Yeah. So it's... Oh, that makes me wonder how old it is. Oh! Did you watch Neon Genesis?
I did not.
Ah, damn it. Okay. Was it made in the early 2000s?
No.
No.
Well, because you have Japan and U.S. releases.
Oh.
And the times are different for those.
And you watched it on Hulu?
I did.
Oh, there's so many animes on Hulu.
Are you just like browsing Hulu?
No, I'm trying to browse it in my mind.
Oh, okay.
I don't like cheating. Oh my gosh. And I don't know what it is. Well, that's not too surprising. I haven't been current on anime like I should be.
They're a lot to watch sometimes.
Did you watch God, what's it called? Oh, did you watch the new Sword Art Online?
No.
Oh, man. I keep getting feelings of I'm right, but then I'm immediately wrong. It's awful.
I forgot they did more than one Sword Art Online.
Yeah, they did the gun season, and then they did another one, I think.
I think I watched like a couple episodes of that second season, and I was like, nah, I'm done.
Not good. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, the last half of the first one was kind of weird.
Yeah, that one turned pretty weird. It was a really cool premise.
Oh yeah. Does this anime have? Maybe I should start asking questions about the anime itself.
Okay.
So I have like what 5 questions left?
Yeah, I'm counting 5 left.
Does this anime have giant monsters?
No. No.
No. Okay. Is this anime okay. So
Would you like any hints at this point?
I don't want a hint, but sure.
This is like an OG classic anime.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it?
I don't
don't
think
know.
so, no.
It's like one people would recommend.
Yes.
Oh, damn. It's a future-ish one that's sci-fi, has action.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to think. I don't know why, but I'm thinking like, have you ever seen Zoids?
I haven't, no.
That's what I'm picturing right now. It's a classic anime, an OG one at that. And it came out recently?
No,
What? Oh, it didn't?
did not come out recently.
Oh. So it came out a while ago.
Yeah, hence, OG.
Oh, gee. Is there any magic in this anime?
Not really, no.
No.
Not in like the classic fantasy sense.
Oh, so there is some weird shit going on.
It's not a major part of it though.
Oh, okay. There's this one that comes to mind, but I can't remember what it's called.
Remember
Is
what
it
it's
set?
about?
I don't know if it's. It's about like the world has kind of ended, and there's like plant life taking over. And it
You're just
follows-
describing Last of Us again.
I guess so.
But no, that's not it.
Damn it. And I have like 3 questions left. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have another hint?
You can. This came out in Japan in I believe 98 and in the States in 2001.
Oh my god. And it's not Neon Genesis, really.
No.
That's. Well, you said there was no giant monsters.
Right. So
OG anime. Oh my god. Do they use melee weapons, as in swords and stuff?
some but not primarily.
So it's like a gun thing. Oh, and I got 2 questions left.
I've got 2 questions.
Can you give me like my third and final hint?
Your third and final hint. How helpful do you want this hint to be?
Could you hint at like a character, like a story element that might help me focus? Or like maybe like a specific thing about it?
There is space travel.
Yeah, now the only one I'm thinking of is Knights of Sidonia, but that is on Netflix. And I don't
Right.
think they ever came out with the 3rd season of that,
I don't think they did either.
which is kind of upsetting because I like the premise of it. There's space travel. This is really hard. I'm like super stumped. It's an OG. Would you have gotten this if I were on the other side of this? Asking you.
I don't think so, no.
Okay, so it's
I tried watching this once before and dropped it a couple episodes in.
really.
Yeah, it's a pretty slow burn at the start.
Oh, and it's like a space one.
Would you like one final, hopefully very helpful hint?
I guess so. Yeah.
Cowboy.
Oh, you're watching Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I've never seen Cowboy Bebop,
Yeah, I didn't think so.
but I didn't know it was space travel-y.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was.
It's
I would
it's in the
never-
name. Well, kind of. Like the tagline of the show is "See you, Space Cowboy."
Oh, I never would have gotten that. I was like, when
I didn't think so.
When we were talking about like what setting or time period or whatever it was,
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy Bebop did run through my head because I was thinking of like Psychopaths and that.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But I'm like, nah, I don't think he would watch Cowboy Bebop because I have no idea what that show is actually about. But I'm assuming it's pretty good now that you're watching it.
It's solid. I actually finished it. It's one season with like 26 episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I always thought it was longer, but it's not.
And it was pretty good.
I really liked it. The only downside is it takes like the first 9 episodes to finally get introduced to all the characters and kind of understand what
wow.
the story is.
Oh, wow.
But it's really good.
Okay. So, yeah, you got 3 recommendations this week. Last of Us
Just
Part
loaded
2.
them up.
Eurovision, the saga of, or story of Fire Saga. It's a long title, but Eurovision and Cowboy Bebop.
It's to make up for us not being here last week.
Yeah, for sure. But have a wonderful day, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, wear a mask, please. And stay cool if you're somewhere hot like us, because it's ungodly right now. I am very hot.
Yeah, I'm starting to sweat.
Yeah, me as well. But peace, everyone.
Bye.